In your book, you said you became unsolicited image maker for Afe Babalola.
Yes.
This was the same Afe Babalola that did not contribute to the formation of the news.
You know, interestingly, I do not. If I don't seek favors, if for any reason I seek favor from you, which is not for personal needs, and I don't take it against you. That you might have your reason for not doing so. So I do not. That he didn't help me in that time. I don't take it against him. But he did something. He did something at the age of 80. He decided to set up a university. I had my doubt. How can a man who should be getting ready have his passport ready to go to the other side and in the departure lounge? So I mobilized some professionals from Lagos who are my friends. Let us go and encourage this old man and find out how he wanted to realize this goal. So we hired a boss and we went and I met him on site. You know, directing bricklayers, iron benders, all kinds of people. Agile and everything. So I engaged him. He took us through the possibility of setting up that university. You know, 17 years down the line, go and see what the man has done. You know, he's a man who makes the impossible possible, as the title of his autobiography says. So for me, it's also it's an outspoken Ekiti man. I think in fact there was a time when he went publicly and said, you know, this boy is like me. He's as stubborn as myself. He's very stubborn. He will tell you his mind, whether you are king or chief or anybody or rich man. So it's like that. I admire him greatly.
Have you read Dele Farotimi's book?
I've read a bit, excerpts of it, and I've read Baba's case as well. You know, that kind of book will not change my mind about the man. No, it will not. It will not. I've read everything, and you know, it's. I don't mind. You know, I've told you. Let me tell you this. I ruffled feathers as a journalist. Bode George, Rotimi Williams, top people, House of Reps man. We wrote a story that sent him out of House of Reps.
Buhari?
The Face of a Liar magazine. We collected data to show that he didn't go to school. We then published The Face of a Liar. You see, the thing is that when you are going to allege something against a person, you must have all your facts, not just ready. You must have them, you know, straightened out. Let me tell you what another dangerous thing I have done before. I accused the Sunuko judges of taking bribe under Justice Mohammed Bello, and I wrote the magazine story. It was well sold, and they came out and got the register to deny it. The next edition, I now published the photograph of the cars they took from Babangida. I didn't stop at that. I went to a car registration center in VI, in Broad Street. Are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
I got the registration numbers, got the photograph of the vehicles, got the registration number on the name of the judges, and I published it. Then Justice Mohammed Bello invited me to come and see him. I got there. I said, young man, I've read your story. You are not lying. You need to know our condition, the condition of our vehicles before we were given these vehicles. Some of our colleagues were coming to work and their car will break down. And I said, sir, yes, I've listened to you. I can understand your anguish. But don't you have budget in the Supreme Court to buy cars rather than taking the car from a military ruler? Having taken the car from him, can you rule any case against him? He then looked at me. He said, you are right, young man, but let the sleeping dog lie.
You had your evidence.
Yes.
Is it this story, Crooks on the Bench?
No, this is not it.
Because this paper, this front page
yes.
of the news is now circulating everywhere on social media.
Yeah, that's
Crooks on the Bench, an expose on the rot in the judiciary.
Yeah, that was looking at experiences with judges everywhere. Again, nobody could pick us at that time because we had our evidence there.
So Dele Farotimi has wrote about the criminal justice system.
Well, I don't want to go to this case is sub judice, and Afe Babalola is my uncle. So I don't want to get involved because I have my biases. I don't want to spoil anybody's case. You know, so I've tried to avoid it. I've talked to Baba one-on-one. You know, this morning I still spoke to Femi Falana. You know, and we discussed this and you know what strategy can we adopt to resolve this matter. So I don't want to go into all of these things. You know, will I say Baba is wrong or will I say the guy is wrong? You know, but all I can affirm, the Afe Babalola I know, is a man who's very ethical. You know, He's a straightforward person, very stubborn. He will tell it as it is. And when I met him, he tried to convince me about that case. He was not involved. He never went to court for once on the case that defamation is anchored. As I said, if the news does anything wrong now, go after the news. Don't go after me. You ought to have gone after
the chamber.
The chambers are not the man.
But he mentioned the owners of the chamber.
Yes. Again, if Babalola dies tomorrow, 10 years time, you have an issue with the chambers. We used to mention the name as being responsible. The man has put all his attention on the university. He lives right within the campus. He abandoned his house in town, live on the campus. He goes to work every day, even now. He daily attended to things about the university. So
when you spoke to him, is he ready to settle out of court?
Baba is stubborn. I would just say that.
Baba is stubborn.
Very stubborn. And because again, he will tell you that, look, what else does he have left other than to protect his name?
Is he pained by the publication?
Who will not be pained? That's why when you're a journalist or a writer, do you know how to the test of fairness you can go into? Substitute the name of the person you are writing about with your own name. Then you will know what I'm talking about. When you are writing, to be fair, substitute the name of the person. Look, I've had things written about me, and my children were crying. Things that I know that were false.
Your children were crying?
They abroad, where they were, they will cry on me. Daddy, why are they writing this about? I say, look, you take the benefit of my fame, you must also take the... So calm down. If you are the son or daughter of Obasanjo or that of Tinubu, what has not been said about those people before? So I think that's just a way of. But these things are very painful, So before you defame or write something negative about people, you must ensure that you have your facts.
Are you sure he doesn't have his facts?
He will go and prove that in the court. I'm not. I'm not judgmental in this. I'm just saying that make sure that you have your facts, because you'll be called upon to come and justify your writing.